Hello, and thanks for tuning in. In this review, I'm going to be taking a look at a heavy metal horror film from the mid-80s. And now, Trick or Treat. The film is about an outcast metalhead whose favorite rock icon perishes in a hotel fire. He ends up receiving the only copy of the artist's final album, which allows him to communicate with the rock star's spirit. Of course, it's a horror film, so things quickly get out of control, culminating in a showdown at the school's Halloween dance. I really like the way this film uses backmasking as a plot element. In case you forgot, backmasking is when musicians would insert secret messages in their songs in reverse. The film was released in the midst of the 80s satanic panic and Tipper Gore's one-woman crusade against obscenity in music. It's pretty clearly a parody of these events, but the film is never outright jokey. There's some 80s teen comedy elements which work pretty well, and honestly they would feel right at home in a John Hughes film. The acting in the film is all pretty decent. There's nothing too outstanding or too terrible to mention here, although I do feel it's necessary to mention the late Tony Fields in the role of Sammi Curr, the deceased rock icon. Despite playing him completely over the top, the character has somehow managed to live on and become a cult icon in both heavy metal and horror communities. The movie would also employ some brilliant stunt casting, featuring Gene Simmons as a radio DJ and Ozzy Osbourne playing a reverend who's disgusted by band's lyrical content. Overall, the film is adequately shot and has some pretty decent production design, but I do have to mention the quality of this DVD. All we ever got was what appears to be a VHS rip in full screen. In 2006, a special edition was set to be released, which would have alleviated these issues. However, due to music rights issues, this fell through. As a fan of the movie, I think it's a crime that there's not a proper Blu-ray release in the United States. Somebody needs to remedy this immediately. The movie does a really good job at respecting heavy metal culture. For some reason, heavy metal and horror are almost never paired together, despite being a natural fit. This film was one of the first to fill that small niche, and it gets points for that. The film would also feature a surprising number of car stunts. I wasn't expecting that when I went in, but I did enjoy it. There would be a large number of extremely cheesy effects throughout the entire film. There are a handful of decent ones, but most of them are crap. The film would also feature almost no blood. That's pretty much a mortal sin for an 80s horror film. The picture also clocks in a bit long. You could have hacked out about 15 minutes and made it work a little bit better. It's pretty clear that the filmmakers behind Trick or Treat were looking to create a Freddy Krueger type character, but apparently they forgot that the one thing that made Freddy stand out from the rest were his unique kills, and they come completely unprepared for this. The film does manage to overcome this, however, and be entertaining. And it is that time of year. Go ahead and give it a watch.